Welcome back to the show. Talking about sports here. We are live. Talking about the fight. Sebastian Fundora is taking on Keith Thurman, former unified welterweight champion, in the fight for the WBC 154-pound title. Keith Thurman making his way to the ring. This fight's going on early.
You know what? And I'm appreciative of it. I mean, there's no sense for these fights to be dragged out
Dragged out.
this late. It's Keith Thurman. It's not really a true main event.
We're
So
also live on Facebook.
for everybody joining in on Facebook. Also, just a quick shout out. If Stone Cold happens to be watching, look at this product placement right here. Okay, or Canelo. Perfect product placement. We got the 316 IPA, we got the Broken Skull IPA, and of course we got the VMC. As Keith, once upon a time,
Sometime.
Thurman has made his way into the ring. Rarely do we see Keith walking first, but obviously Fundora is the active and defending champion. Keith Thurman trying to make his way to his second weight class, second world title. 10-0 against fighters with one or fewer defeats.
That is correct.
Now, his only loss comes against Manny Pacquiao.
Strange song choice for him to come out to. Did you hear this?
He's a strange guy. Now, if Thurman, first of all, that crowd is empty. Look up there in
Yeah,
the
there's
side.
nobody there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what? It's like 8 o'clock over there. 7 o'clock.
Errol would never.
What is it in Vegas right now?
740.
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock. It's early.
Gabriela Fundora supporting her brother, walking each other out. He walked her out a couple of weeks ago.
Need to turn that down.
And she shares the same height advantage in her fights.
Undisputed flyweight champion, right? Or she's strawweight.
She's some kind of lightweight. Yeah, get that sound down.
There we go.
You might want to turn that down too.
Oh yeah,
Fuck around and get flagged for some SpongeBob.
that would be funny. Sebastian Fundora making his way to the ring. Former unified champion, dropping his belt.
And the tens and tens are on their feet.
Yeah, that does not look good. That does not look good. A lot of people dressed like seats in there. This was not a pay-per-view. Look at that.
And, shout out to Two Tone. The Fire Stick Boys are in fact outside.
Same average bald eagle wingspan of 80 for Fundora. Okay, I got a good ref. I like this ref. Man, that is crazy. Because if they only filled the bottom, how many tickets does it sold? How many does MGM hold?
Much less than T-Mobile. Maybe 15 to 20,000.
I mean, you would have. I mean, at some point, you would have told people to just to scoot down, make it look good.
I don't know. I've never been to an event that was that empty. 17,000 says our statistician Aaron. Shout out to him. He's just worked his way into the producer role without even realizing it.
Shout out. Shout out to the AA Ron in the chat.
And again, Stone Cold, if you're watching, product placement.
Exactly.
Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA with the big 316.
Here we go.
So as we tap into this,
As we proceed.
I don't think that Keith totally doesn't have a shot here. As much as I'm, talking about trash, but I think the thing is
Shout out to the chat. We do not care about Israel Adesanya. Watching Keith Thurman.
who what?
Your best pal and our co-host, Justin, in the chat. Said, damn, Izzy had him, which means
Who the
that
fuck is
man,
Izzy?
Israel Adesanya, is also fighting at
Who?
the Apex.
He's fighting a building smaller than this?
Down the street. Not like Canelo and like Chavez down the street, like,
Yeah, I don't remember Karen. Anyways,
a lesser level.
yeah, Justin is a lesser level.
Yep, there it is. Weighted at 152.6, former unified welterweight champion Keith Thurman. Can he bring the magic back to the boxing streets?
So, anyways, like I was saying though, Thurman, I don't believe he's without a chance here, but I think that the issue is does Thurman still have the mobility? Does he still have the agility? Are the legs still there? Can he get away from Fundora? Because when Thurman can box and be up on his toes and circle the ring, fire that jab in there,
Absolutely.
yeah, he's. I think it's safe to say Thurman has a better ring IQ than Fundora. But at 6'5", and then you're almost a foot short in arm length. What do you do with that?
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see Keith Thurman's strategy going into this fight. Because, as you know, obviously you want to get inside this man with his 1 foot of reach on you. But can he get Sebastian Fundora to buy into bad habits that he once indulged in? He looked really good against Tim Tszyu in the rematch, using his height and his reach. Here we go. Fires to the center of the ring. Thomas Taylor, the referee for this event. We are getting ready. Look at that height.
And this is going to go one of two ways. We're going to see a vintage Keith Thurman, or I do feel Keith will begin to get battered very early.
Yes, we indeed shall see Keith Thurman, Sebastian Fundora, live in front of a couple hundred people.
Thank all 437 of you paying customers for showing up for this.
Everybody can individually come down and get a picture with the champ after the fight.
So, and just immediately, whoa, straight left hand lands flush for Fundora.
Yes, very good.
Just kind of setting the tone.
Staying on his jab, using his reach, got Keith Thurman against the ropes. Keith Thurman with a nice little flurry.
Yeah, nice little 1-2, clean and flush. Now mention Tszyu has mentioned before, and even a lot of these fighters, Fundora can be hit. He's not unhittable.
No,
it's what you do with his offense. It's how you take his offense.
Shout out to the chat. Yep, couple hundred people in this event. Like I said, a lot of people dressed like seats in this event tonight. Fundora on the jab. Still casually walking Keith Thurman down. Keith on the back foot, using that jab to kind of see where Fundora's jab is ending at, looking to get inside.
And that's going to be the trick is
there's that 3-punch combination right there as he steps to his right, getting the inside of Fundora.
Is Keith Thurman is going to have to not just find his range, but take advantage when he can find it, because obviously you don't want to sit in that range too long.
No.
With a fighter like Fundora, who, for the most part in his career has wanted to fight on the inside, has a vicious uppercuts that he can load up from, nowhere but his hip. As you see, he has extremely long arms. So Thurman boxing well though in this first round.
Yep.
Getting some good activity. He's a little off balance here.
Getting pushed off by Fundora there.
Thurman is boxing well, though. It's traditional Keith Thurman style, circling the ring on his toes, hands up, eyes focused. The question is going to be at 37 years old, can Thurman keep this up?
Absolutely.
Does Thurman have what it takes to box like this for 12 rounds still in this point in his career? Um, because I do feel that Fundora can be outboxed.
Yeah.
Fundora now fires a few jabs.
Yeah.
Fundora just trying to find Thurman is not an easy target to hit either.
Oh, good
Good
hook.
left hook over the top with Thurman. Then he gets inside and roughs the body up, and that's I
Working.
think I think something that's a good key. I don't know how many fighters have done it. Is try to go to the body of Fundora, get those big long arms to drop. Keith going back to circle. Fundora fires another jab in there. Both fighters landed some clean shots here. A clean left hand to start the fight for Fundora, and a straight overhand right landed for Thurman to immediately answer. Thurman winning the foot battle here,
Yes.
as he's got his foot on firmly planted on the outside of Fundora. So that's the superior
He
boxing
seems
skill.
to have found an entryway so far, getting a quick one, shuffle step in the inside of Fundora, throwing the quick 2-3 punch combination.
And like I said, this could be a case of just, can Thurman hold up?
Yes.
Can
Yeah.
Thurman's stamina deal with the pressure as round one closes? And I'm going to give that round to Thurman. I'm going to give that first round to Keith Thurman.
Yeah, I agree. I'd give that to Keith.
Sebastian Fundora had moments, but really I think Keith controlled the pace. He was doing what he wanted there, boxing beautifully. And
Yeah, Sebastian was kind of just poking around with his jab in there, kind of keeping forward on Keith, keeping him up against the ropes.
yeah, so like I said, and now that is the first round though, and good feel around. I think a good tone setting round for Thurman. Just kind of let Fundora know he's in with some experience in this one.
Absolutely. But yeah, like you've been bringing up, what we want to see is with the inactivity and the age. Can Keith Thurman stay on his feet this way? Constantly move, constantly quickly shuffle in and out on his toes. Be good with his lateral movement.
Now, the only thing that seems to be dangerous at the moment is Thurman is circling towards the power hand of Fundora.
Yes, who is a southpaw?
So he's circling to his right, which is
Good
into
body shot.
Fundora's left. And Fundora's shown some power. So
Yes, Fundora can generate a lot of power on
But-
on that leverage that he can get with them long arms.
But for the moment, Thurman is not letting Fundora really get his feet set and really put any mustard on
Good
anything.
body shots, but almost answered by Fundora to the top. Oh, and
He
it hurts
almost
Keith
dropped him.
Thurman. Good left hand by
think he hurt
Fundora.
I don't think he hurt him. He definitely buckled the leg. I don't think he's hurt. Just a perfectly timed shot caught him.
Keith
Caught him
Thurman,
ducking in.
very aware now, is
Puts him
Keith
off
Thurman.
balance. Legs seem to be fine. And of course, Thurman's a veteran, so he knows how to handle these situations.
Keith Thurman circling the ring again to that left hand, power hand of Fundora, who throws it.
Yep. And now Fundora now is going to find some confidence in that left hand. Like I said, because he did buckle Thurman,
Very much.
but now he caught Thurman kind of squatting down in for a body shot, and that could be pivotal because that could deter Thurman from going to the body, which I think is going to be a major part.
Yeah, which is
of
kind
the
of what I
game
was bringing
plan.
up as he came in for those body shots. He kind of got caught with a quick right hand. It was not the left on that instance, but
But
Keith Thurman caught with that straight left going to that left side of Sebastian Fundora.
credit to Thurman though, he took the shot well, reminiscent of Mayweather. Kind of almost did the exact same thing against Mosley in the second round of their fight many years ago. The same kind of buckle happened there. So
Mm-hmm.
lots to go here, but Fundora has taken control of the second round. 2 minutes through it.
Yes. Sebastian Fundora poking with his jab still, staying on the offensive. Keith Thurman coming in with the combination, but misses going high.
Lead right hook followed by the hook for Thurman, misses. But he's being aggressive and he's keeping Fundora honest for the most part. And he's forcing Fundora to keep moving moving his legs. And
See, and I don't like this movement from Keith because he's eventually going to get caught and stuck on one of these ropes or corners. He needs to stay more.
I do because he circles and then he comes forward, charge forward, and he forces Fundora to put his hands back home.
Yeah, but he's starting to find more instances where he's getting stuck. That's my thing that I don't like.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't see him getting stuck. See, if you see, look, if he's setting up launches. See, like that, he connects with the right hand. So the only thing for Thurman is when he's doing that, he's loading up, and that'll end the second round.
Good round.
I'm going to give that one to Fundora. So we'll tie this thing up at 19 apiece.
Yes.
Again, if you're listening, folks, make sure you like and subscribe to the story here, to the to the show here. Live fight chat for Fundora versus Thurman here on Talking About Sports. And as you see,
beautiful left hand from Fundora.
And it wasn't really that he hurt him. If you watch his replay, it's kind of a pushing blow. And
that was beautiful snap left hand to the chin of Keith Thurman.
And again, credit to Thurman though. Power that just shows the kind of power that Thurman has in the legs. He still can take a punch. So round 3 begins here. Again, Keith Thurman in the traditional red, white, and blue. Fundora in the, what would you say, like a satin blue, powder blue, and white.
The length is crazy indeed.
Good jab for Thurman. Thurman's jab is starting to find a home as well.
Yes, sir.
And now Thurman's starting to circle away from the power. I think that's an adjustment they made in the corners.
Yeah.
Don't get so happy going to your right. Don't get complacent. And this is the Thurman that we see here. See right here when Thurman is going side to side, not just one direction, keeping you honest, keeping you off balance, but then a good uppercut sneaks in there for Fundora. So that's where now Fundora is trying to get the length to work. See, now Keith will duck under shots, make a move. This is what Thurman needs to do to win the fight, is just not allow Fundora to load up on anything, keeping him on his toes, and he's kind of having to flail arm punches. Good combination there by Thurman.
By Keith
Good
Thurman.
answer by Fundora, though, with a left hand coming right down the pike.
Absolutely.
Through 2.5, really, Thurman has showed he's showing good here, though. Good showing thus far. Neither fighter's really taking control of the fight.
No, it's very slow paced right now. They're still kind of picking and prodding at each other, seeing where the mistakes are going to come.
Thurman goes lead right hook to the body, then back upstairs, then back to the body. And like I said, I think this body work could play dividends towards the later part of the fight. If Thurman can stay upright and be close enough on the cards, Thurman can box his way to a victory if he can slow that motor down to the taller, younger Fundora.
Yeah, but he's got to be careful he's got to be careful if he launches to the midsection of Fundora, because Sebastian's able to find his head when he's coming in like that.
Keith again, just keeping distance, changing direction. Keith boxing well this round.
Good body shot by Keith.
Good right hook to the body, back up top. That right there hand. Is Thurman.
Sebastian Fundora's answering 4-punch combination of his own.
Mainly blocked though. Is that right there is Thurman setting up for an overhand right upstairs though. He's setting up the body shot. That's for later in the fight. He's gonna come across the top and he's gonna try to catch Fundora right on that chin. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be in his zone.
Yeah, this is some good boxing by Keith.
It's Thurman. Yet a bit of a flurry by Fundora, but this is mainly a Thurman round.
Good right hand thrown, but partially blocked to the chest.
Yeah, they kind of connected with punches there. But Thurman has boxed well in this third round. Good answer. Coming out of that second round, that was all Fundora.
Leaping left hook misses by Keith.
And that's, like you mentioned, Keith can't get carried away leaping like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that left hand is cocked by Fundora. It is waiting.
And some bruising already showing up on the face of Thurman.
Good left hand by Fundora. Quickly sneaks into the chin of Thurman. That is the round. Wrong corner, brother.
Yes, that ends round number 3. I'm going to give that to Thurman.
Yeah, that is fair right there. I like Keith Thurman in that round.
So we got it 29-28 in favor of Keith Thurman through 3.
Shout out to the chat once again. The body work is indeed going to be the way Keith Thurman gets into the fight and can keep control of this fight, because he is boxing well. Again, shout out to everybody here talking about sports, talking about radio on Talking About Radio, YouTube.com, and everybody over on Twitch and live on Facebook, Matt Garza's Facebook, Talking About Radio, YouTube, and over on Twitch. Make sure you like and subscribe as we will be live recapping more of the sports every Monday coming through this baseball season and as we get ready for the NBA playoffs, which looks like it's going to be a great playoff push.
You also have the NFL draft right around the corner.
Yep.
March Madness closing up here.
Here we go. You said you gave that to Thurman, correct? Round 4.
Yep. 29-28 is on my card. Thurman leads it. As now, Thurman again boxing side to side. Got his hands up. And so, Thurman, I think, is looking to take this deep into the fight before I think he really lets go of that offense. That seems to be what he's doing here.
Mm-hmm. Looking to stay, keep it short, simple. Let Sebastian make some mistakes. Capitalize on them.
Like I said, neither fighter has really taken control of the fight. I think the matchmaking. A lot of people would have thought, Thurman's coming off a layoff,
good body shot.
Through the first 3 rounds, Thurman is looking like he still belongs.
Good straight left to the body from Fundora as he keeps poking with the jab, throws another to the body.
So now, Fundora, and that's what you have to do to a mover. Fundora needs to answer to the body.
Another good left hand, not really punishing Thurman, but kind of keeping him in his place.
Now the question becomes too is what are the judges looking at? Are they looking at the movement of Thurman being? Sometimes we see judges that'll count that against you. For me, I believe he's boxing effectively, although right now Fundora is in control of this round.
Absolutely.
Good right hand, and that's what I talked about earlier.
Thurman bounced off the shoulder right
Thurman has launched those body shots, so now what he's going to do is now he's launching the right hand upstairs now.
Keith Thurman.
See, so now is where Thurman wants to try to earn some respect, and Thurman is getting bruised up, though.
And that is kind of what he wanted to do, though, to get not only to work the body, not just to slow Fundora down, but to get him to lean over to land that right hand to the head.
Now, as this 4th round is going on, though, I do feel like Keith is starting to slow down.
Another good left hand from Fundora. Left hook.
And if you look, Thurman is starting to breathe a little heavier.
Yes. Another good right hand from Fundora. Fundora's starting to turn the gas up a little bit here.
Yeah, Thurman's offense has started to significantly slow down in this round. He was throwing lots of combinations early on, but now Thurman is he's taking deep breaths and he's staying defensive. And
this is what I was speaking of earlier, where he's going to get stuck and he's going to stay.
Yep, good uppercut for Fundora. Now he's starting to get that motor going.
Keith needs to use those darts to get inside and just hold him now.
And this is where you wonder is the inactivity. You're talking
good right hand from Thurman. Lands, but not really hits any power on him.
You're talking only his 3rd fight since 2019 going on right now.
Correct. Little low from right hand.
I'd keep launching till the ref stops it.
Yeah, you can look at Keith Thurman's reaction to punches. He's breathing a little hard.
Yeah,
starting to bounce off the ropes.
3 rounds looked like vintage Keith Thurman, but in the 4th, it looks like Father Time has now reached the doorstep of Mr. Thurman as that went downhill pretty fast in 1 round. That's
it kind of did.
Round.
He gassed on that round for sure. Keith Thurman looked to just kind of stay moving and defensive. Seems to have. He doesn't look. Well, I don't want to say gassed. Let me take gassed away. He does look like
I don't. It's a mixture.
The in ring and his age are showing the rust.
And he's taking punches. People. You look at the build of Fundora, and he doesn't look like the biggest, strongest guy.
Correct.
But those are punches are landing. Like Aaron mentioned earlier, he's a guy who punches through. As we watch, look at some of these punches here. See that uppercut, but he's following through. Those punches are punching. They're not hitting you in the face. They're punching through your face.
Yes.
And that body shot, we've known Thurman to not like body shots. Well, that really set the tempo for that round as I gave that round to Fundora. So maybe Keith just needed a breath. So now he's bouncing again. So
as I gave that round to Fundora, also giving it a 2-2 fight going into the round 5. Good
right hand. And so maybe that might have been what it was. Is again maybe Keith just had to recover from that body shot because he's looking good here early in round number 5.
Yes, Keith Thurman for sure picking his spots as he opens up with a beautiful right hand to the body and just a quick flurry up top.
Honestly. This
good body shot from Keith.
a prime Keith Thurman, I think at this point is running over Fundora. He's boxed well with Sebastian Fundora. Other than the fourth round was just all Fundora. But Keith is answering so far in the first minute of round 5. Thurman is answering back well. Good response from the veteran former champion.
Keith Thurman leaning off the ropes, movement off the ropes here.
Combination from Fundora though. Is Fundora trying not to let momentum swing back in favor of Thurman.
Oh, good body shot.
Good left hook
from Fundora.
That one might have shaken Thurman up a bit. He's a little unsteady.
Fundora has to be careful overreaching with his left hands to be caught by a right hand from Keith Thurman as Fundora comes in with a flurry, lefts and rights as he backs up Keith Thurman, who resets to the middle of the ring.
He's got Thurman buzzed right now. He's a little shaken up. The legs are not steady on Thurman.
Right hand thrown by Keith Thurman, but nowhere near home. Yeah.
Keith Thurman, his legs are kind of coming back now, but he looks unsteady.
Keith Thurman must be hurt because he's not throwing any punches, kind of just moving now, being stuck in the corner as Fundora throws lefts.
This could be big for Fundora.
Fundora throwing a couple quick hooks to the head. Keith Thurman just looking, not really. Now he's throwing a straight right hand. Couple right hands in desperation as he moves to the ropes. Again off balance is Keith, but he answers with a body shot.
And Keith Thurman, for everything, is going to go down banging.
Fundora working on the ropes.
Thurman's going to go down banging, but I think the start of this round was the last of Thurman because
good right hand from Keith, barely misses.
As you say that, he fires in some powerful shots. I think Thurman's going to go for broke here. I think he knows it's going to be too much to overcome, and I think he's going to just go for it going forward. Here's this.
Shout out to the producer in the chat.
Our producer brings up some statistics.
Some analytics. Fundora is landing 19.2% of his punches per round to the body.
Respect to Thurman, though. He a lot of guys, especially at his age, could be shutting up right here and let it go away. He's throwing bombs back. He's not going to just fade into the night quietly.
Yeah, but this could be set up for a bad ending for Keith. As much as he's brave enough to do that, you don't want to see a guy like Keith Thurman go out like that. Desperately getting hit by multiple combination shots.
He's getting hit. He's hurt right there.
He bounces off the ropes. Referee's getting close as he's taking a nice look at this as the round ends. Strong round for Sebastian Fundora.
This is a matter of time now for Thurman. I think the start of this round, Keith looked great in the first minute, but we're watching the end of a championship fighter. Say what you want about the inactivity. Keith Thurman was a sight to see while he was active, all the way up until the Danny Garcia fight. He was fighting everybody, making statements, putting on shows, talking the good fight. Had a good fight.
That's the fight that did it to him. No, that's when the injuries really started.
The first injury happened, and CBS fight, and it looks
beautiful combinations from Fundora.
And that's, you could argue that's a 10-8 round for Fundora. I'm going to give it a 10 now.
Keith launched in with the left hook and landed his best shot. Not even phased Sebastian Fundora.
And that left hand at the end of the round, if that happened 30 seconds earlier, and now the doctor is looking at Thurman.
Doctor is in the ring
and
checking on Keith.
And
what were they looking at?
He's taking a lot of damage. He's taking a lot of damage. And it
looked like they were checking on his breathing.
He's been breathing pretty heavy, and he's taking tons of damage in this one.
Sebastian Fundora back on the front foot. Lands a good left hand from Fundora. Keith Thurman jumping in, desperate shots, getting caught on the way in.
Thurman still fighting, though. And not just throwing punches, Matt. He's throwing with intentions. Good left hook for Thurman, answered by a jab.
Another good point from our co-host. Thurman's losing to Father Time. Could be. As the next generation is planting their foot down, and now Sebastian is hunting Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman is bleeding profusely. Got a cut right under the left eye.
Yeah,
this you've never seen Keith Thurman look like this.
Keith's feet are not there. Look at him.
You've never seen Thurman this way, and like I said,
dominating.
I can't, obviously I'm an Errol Spence fan, but credit to Keith Thurman though. Same with Errol when he fought Bud. These guys are not quitting. They're going for it, and he's tagged with a 1-2.
But at the end of the day, it's the inactivity, man. It's the inactivity. And as Spence fans, this is why you kind of don't want to see Spence come back.
As now Fundora's on
Fundora.
the kill.
And it has
that's
been
it.
stopped.
They stopped the fight.
For the first time in his career, Keith Thurman has been stopped. The referee steps in the 6th round, minute
Yeah.
and a half left. Sebastian
Thurman-
Fundora successfully defends his WBC 154 title.
Thurman argues a stoppage, but I actually agree with it from the ref. Look, Thurman was
It
trying.
looked bad.
He was
looked
battling, but make no mistake about it. It was a matter of time. If you're a Thurman fan, I think you're gonna say, "Hey, he was still in there boxing moving well." He was, but there was just more damage coming.
Absolutely.
And
Shout out to our co-host in the chat. Needed to stop it. He was going to get hurt, and that is correct.
And Thomas Taylor did the job of a referee, because, like we mentioned, again, the parallels, right? The same with the Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight. We saw what was happening, and we saw one fighter not going to lay down. And as much as you love your fighter not to lay down, you need to have a referee that's going to say, "Hey, I know you want to keep trying,
Now,
but this is
that
it."
is that how the curtain falls on the career of Keith Thurman?
I think so. Maybe what if in nothing else, man, why not Thurman and Broner? Kind of a curtain call for both guys. Good stoppage. You feel for Thurman. Like I said, Thurman was in there battling, Matt, but I believe the referee made the right call.
Yeah, because if Sebastian was starting to dominate him, let's be honest here. Sebastian was starting to just land combinations at will. He was putting his foot more on the gas, just letting his hands go. Keith was starting to slow down. Those body shots were really getting to him. Nothing really much he had for Sebastian. Like I said, in the round prior, he landed his best shot, which was the leaping left hook, and Sebastian did not move.
And
improves to 24-1-1 with 16 KOs. The first man to stop Keith Thurman.
And now look, Thurman. Make no mistake, Thurman was coming off inactivity. We still need to see plenty more out of Fundora. I'm just not sold on him. It's an impressive victory on the paper, but it's a victory he should have had, man.
Yes.
We don't have an elite level win yet still for Sebastian Fundora. And I know some people will say that's hate, but that's the honest truth.
It is.
There's nobody that you've seen Fundora fight that where you're like, man, that's an elite level win. There's Xander Zayas out there. There's Virgil Ortiz. There's Boots Ennis. There's Thurman. Will
Thurman leaves
make his way to the exit.
Or did that kind of give him an out? Because he obviously disagreed with the stoppage.
Look, man, Keith is notorious for the mouthpiece. But now this could be, they may be telling him, hey, you need to go see the doctor. Those were some vicious shots that he was starting to take. Now, make no mistake, though, Fundora is also going to be a tough out for anybody, Matt. I mean, that height is just a problem. Doesn't matter who. Justin, you suck. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah. I mean, but that's true. Like he's saying, some other, a different guy like a Mendoza that we've seen land the same shots, put him out.
Hey, listen, I'll stay right here and say it. I think a prime Keith Thurman would be dominating Fundora right now. So again, it's not to take away from Fundora. He does what he does, and you've got to be the one to beat him.
PBC with the mic problems all night tonight. No names called by Sebastian.
And he claims it was easier. I don't think it got easy for Fundora until the 4th round. I think Keith was...
I think after... No, I would say the 3rd round, he started picking it up on Keith.
Well, Keith won that 3rd round convincingly. Keith walked.
Yes, he won the round, but Sebastian started finding the formula, catching him leaping in, getting him stuck more around the corners of the ropes.
When we rewatch this, I think the downfall for Thurman was the body shot that landed in the 4th round.
Oh, yeah.
It took a lot out of him.
Bad for the eyes, good for the ears. That's how it fucking works.
As Sebastian Fundora, right in front of Samson Lukowicz, says his father was his only manager.
Yep.
So
Fuck Samson. Blame Samson.
blame Samson.
This could be you, David, but it's not.
So
Good fight, though.
Fundora
Good fight.
gets a signature, and I think that would be the signature name on his resume.
Oh yeah, that's a top-notch name on anybody's resume. Is Keith
Yeah.
Thurman,
And again, like I said,
and then you're the guy that stopped him.
in the paper, in the history books, it'll look good.
Yes.
If you're in the moment and you know the fight game like we do, I shut your mouth. I just don't see this as I don't see that Fundora's really shown much of anything.
It's time for the deep end of the pool for sure.
Yes, there's too many guys out there for you to fight. There's too many options. This bottom of the barrel stuff can't continue.
Now, is it a matter of just at the point of 154, or should he just go ahead and move up to 160 as that's
No,
fair?
you see, my problem is I feel like we're gonna get Fundora taking on Jermell Charlo later this year.
That's a good fight.
Again, another guy coming off of almost 3 years of inactivity.
That is, but that's the point. This is their pay-per-view guy they have. This is the only guy they have.
Yeah,
That's
and,
the problem in the PBC. Benavidez is back now, but who's to say he doesn't go do another Rider season card for the zone?
But he's also back with Golden Boy. He's doing a
That's
co-promotion.
true. Co-promotion.
You
know, no signs of Tank Davis, no signs
and
of Errol
Golden
Spence
Boy is the
Jr..
lead promoter for that fight.
Yep.
Don't forget.
Yes, it is.
So, but like I said, at 6'5" with a reach like that, you're not going to be able to do much.
It's a problem.
But we need an active guy for Fundora. Like I said, good win, but I'm not impressed because I think Keith Thurman, even as short as the fight lasted, man, I think Keith Thurman exposed a lot and let us know that the flaws of Fundora are still there.
Yeah, those flaws definitely still exist on Sebastian Fundora. Makes the same mistakes. Doesn't necessarily stay stuck on the inside fighting, though. He's gotten rid of that habit, but everything else remains the same with Sebastian.
Shout out Tip Bayless. I'm sorry you bet your 401k on Keith Thurman.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be tough.
That's going to be tough. I told you would never get the fight with Errol.
Yeah. Yeah. All the rounds to Keith, I don't agree with that. Give Keith at least 2.
I gave Keith the first and the third. Because Morrow hauls ass out of there.
Yeah. Go on get, Morrow. Go on and get, boy.
Yeah, PBC also needs some new. Jim Gray needs to go. Mauro Ranallo needs to go.
They just need to go to the zone. That's it. That's the only piece we're waiting on.
We can offload.
Look,
save that expense. You can maybe take Abner.
Look at the quality, and I'm not even talking about the fight card, but the production side of this whole event was.
Look at this big boys right here.
Oh yeah, they were banging. Like I said, this was a decent card. The production just sucked. The light is super dark. The microphones keep cutting out. The camera angles are bad for some of these fights.
Shout out to Terrell Gachet still fighting.
Bro, yeah, you want to talk about questionable stoppage? Look at that. Look, that's how that fight ended. That was the wow from earlier. Like that ended the fight.
Shout out to that's good for Gachet though. Gets him another chance at another big card.
And then Tellis with a broken nose steals him a victory in the co-main event.
Shout out to Brian Mendoza, class act. Got a chance to hang out with him before. Always in for a tough fight. Again, has the sole victory over Fundora.
Yeah, boxing still does need to get rid of pay-per-view. Just like you need to get rid of that mustache, buddy.
And wash your hair.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously.
It gives Thurman an out, though, like you mentioned, because
he didn't agree with stoppage.
He wasn't getting – it wasn't a barrage of punches.
It looked bad.
It was just a lot of
okay, here's the Tim Zhu announcement of his return on a tune-up.
So that is a week from today. So now the
PBC
question is
on Prime, not pay-per-view. Unless you're in Australia, it'll be on Fox pay-per-view.
So now the question becomes:
no limit.
Everybody's saying the deal is done, but Nurja could be the.
But now this is the fight right here. For those still tuned into the pay-per-view card portion, Benavidez versus Zurdo at cruiserweight is going to be a fantastic fight.
I think Benavidez is a clear favorite, but
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be one of the toughest opponents he's had in his recent history.
I think it's a perfect style matchup for Benavidez. Bizardo's going to be there to bang, get hit. Now the question is how much of those effect of those punches have. Benavidez is nothing more than a weight bully. I don't care what you say. The man told you himself he comes down from 250 to make 168, 175.
Mm-hmm.
And the fight we need at cruiserweight is Benavidez versus Jai Opataya.
Oh yeah, that is the fight we need.
So Thurman, from here, I think if you wanted to, like I said, a Broner fight to kind of close it out, you can let that Errol Spence dream die, buddy. You should have took the fight when we were hunting you. Um, something along those. I wouldn't mind seeing Keith get a farewell fight, something in Florida maybe. Get him a nice goodbye, or if he goes out like this, hey, I went out on my shield.
I mean, but if he gets a farewell like that, it won't be on the PBC dollar. That's for sure.
I think you can get a card to somebody to pick it up. I think you can get
Who knows though?
I think you can get a PBC to pick that up. Actually, it won't be a pay per view.
Yeah, that was it. Card's over. We were surprised too at the runtime. This is probably one of the first pay per views that ended at.
No, and you know
a
what? And let
reasonable
me,
time.
as much as we complain about production, let's give PBC some credit. That is a beautiful ending time right there.
Oh yeah,
It's 10:20. The
Yeah.
fight would have been over by 11, even if it went the distance. If you're in Vegas right now, it's 8:20. Get back to the hotel, change, go party.
Oh yeah, the night just started.
It's a Saturday
in Las
night in
Vegas.
Las Vegas, baby. But Matt, what do you want to see next from Fundora? And if you do, what do you want to see next from Thurman?
I'll start with Sebastian Fundora because obviously I was super intrigued by a matchup with Xander Zayas when that was the mandatory being called for his other title. You let go. Obviously, I would like to see him in the winner of the Boots and Xander fight being rumored. I would love to see him in there with Virgil. Would I like to see him in a meaningless fight with a Charlo brother? Absolutely not. Now, Keith Thurman, I don't know. I could, honest to God, see this is the way that Keith Thurman ends his career on a loss like this, giving it because, like I said, it gives him an out not to come back, but to say like, "Hey, I didn't really lose. The ref kind of took that from me." Things of that nature. Now, obviously, we're all in favor of unifying, having these belts together. Can that get done with PBC being on their own island, just kind of recycling fighters they have left, able to make pay-per-views with? I do not know. That will be seen. But it looks like boxing's outlook for the rest of the year does look good.
Yeah, hey, look, it's a new day and age in boxing. Like we were talking about in a group chat of ours with Richard. Shout out to Vega.
Shout out, Vega.
If Arrow comes back, I don't think it's a return run. I think it's a one and done. I think it's a good one last goodbye in Dallas. They're talking about Dallas for the Zoo fight if it happens again. And we're the biggest Arrow fans, I'm not buying it till I see an announcement from a promoter.
Yeah, you got to see some full official tickets on sale.
But even if it does, right, man? Let's go see the ending of that Adesanya fight while you're on the air. Whoever the fuck that is. I think Arrow's done. Bud is gone. I think we're on the last 18 months.
You think Bud's gone?
I think
Like
he is.
gone.
I think he is. I think we're on the last 18 months of Canelo. Like I said, we may very well have seen the last of Thurman. Like I said, the Charlos, they may come and go. Usyk's on the way out. Wilder will be wrapping it up after next week after he gets the rest of his brains knocked out by damn it, went blank there. Chisora.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be gone. Fury's coming back, but for how long? The tide has turned in boxing, and Matt, I feel like the era that me and you as adults really followed and were into, especially through our 20s and your late teens, they're kind of out the door, man.
Oh yeah, it's a new age for sure. New age, new wave.
You got and I think it's about that time where these guys of the past are either getting go away, goodbye shows or getting put out to pasture. As We just saw Thurman get treated like old Yeller. What happened to Thurman today
Yeah.
was what he was supposed to do to Pacquiao. And for those of you who don't know, the reason Keith Thurman doesn't have a ponytail anymore is the man to my right cashed in a bet, and on the Boxing Voice, shout out Ness, bet the ponytail of Keith Thurman that he would beat Pacquiao. And obviously, you know how that fight played out.
I feel like you should have mailed it to me.
So the gentleman to my right is the reason Keith Thurman initially cut the ponytail.
Like I feel like that should have been like, hey, you know what, bro? You called it. Called me on it. Here you go. Here's this nice little gesture for me, from me to you, to you to me. It's all.
But as see, Matt can try to get us to
Yeah.
watch little highlights of this MMA nonsense.
Trying to get it here.
Nonsense.
I don't know what happened to this.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in and tapped in. If you shared the link, share the live, press like, go to Twitch. I don't know how that works, but you do all that. But make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I know my brother has horrible football takes, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with supporting them. I see you guys listen to people that don't know shit about boxing on the regular sometimes. It through various different channels. So, but as we bring a little bit of professionalism to the chat, or to the show, actually. Grade A certified professional in front of you. You're welcome. Your presence, my presence is a blessing to you. Always understand that. Special guest here. But, like we were talking about earlier, these guys are gone. Canelo he's coming off another loss, second loss in, 3 years. These, that era of fighters is slowly but surely heading to the pasture and moving on. Haley makes a cameo on the live show. And, now you've got to, you've heard the rumors today, now you got to tip your hat and shout out this current generation because, rumors got rampant today. Through the week, really, you got people talking about Xander in boots, making it official. Ryan says he's fighting Tio, which is whether Tio's Shakur Stevenson is a generational talent. So even coming off a loss to Tio for Tio to Shakur, that's a big fight. That's a good fight. You got Raleigh and Haney going at it. You got the return of Tank taking
Raleigh?
Pitbull. Gonna run it back. Yeah, man, the man eats crowns. So you're in a good new wave of boxing. These young fighters. You got Moses Atama,
who had a great performance today.
Moses Atama today put the world on. Jermaine Franklin was never stopped. And Jermaine Franklin fought a prime Anthony Joshua. And now, granted, right, Jermaine Franklin's older. You kind of always know that those are the guys that you make your mark with. But that uppercut, was something. Coming from somebody who's eating an uppercut that'll power you down like an off switch.
And that's how it looked too. The uppercut landed for him, and it was doop.
Now, if you ask Two Tone, it was a dive.
It was a dive. It was a dive.
Didn't really happen.
Hey, baby.
As Emiliano has woken up.
Naked. There,
baby Emiliano. Gonna join the chat here. He's making his debut.
Shout out.
What are your opinions on this fight, nephew?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This was a good fight, though. But yeah, you're right. We got a good generation of crop of guys that look willing to fight too.
This generation that we're talking about that's going to pasture, they had a lot of those guys fought each other too as well.
Yeah.
And each generation is kind of they've gotten further and further from the Mayweather protect your O era.
Yes.
So
put all your chips in the middle and let's rock.
Because you got Benavidez going up challenging Zerto.
Yeah.
You got Opataya out there. You've got guys just out there making fights. So boxing is in a good place. Anybody who tells you otherwise, there's a Roger Mayweather quote for you. Boxing is in an excellent place here. We're gonna take a we're just gonna take time here just so we don't leave you so soon. We're gonna kind of watch back parts of this UFC fight that took place earlier.
Yeah.
As Baby Emiliano is on the call with us.
Another fall that needs to be studied. The fall of Israel Adesanya, former middleweight champion, former pay-per-view star. Now set to fight nights, losing 3 in a row. Nothing worse than that. Only thing that's being worse than that is being Justin. That's about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of him,
Nobody wants to be Justin. Not even Post Malone.
but again, yeah, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's liked and subscribed to the channel. Everybody that viewed tonight, watched along the fight with us. I hope you enjoyed our commentary. As we review what happened to old Israel Adesanya here.
And, it's kind of again, for both sports, right? MMA and boxing. Champions of the past
Oh, yeah, that shift is here.
have it's over, man.
Yes, we are.
It is over. Well, the smile on this guy's face knew he was finna fuck this guy up.
Yeah. Didn't want to touch gloves.
And he said, "Okay, I guess I got to beat your ass then."
Yeah. Watch the co-main.
Now this I'm hoping is better than whatever in the hell the BMF was that they had us watch. They had me watching the other day.
Yeah, that fight.
I will never forgive these two gentlemen.
That fight.
Mainly Justin.
Sucked. Like, and I understand that nobody's ever done Max Holloway that way, but when you're in a
Who gives a
BMF
shit?
fight, like, come on.
Now Adesanya, I know was
That's a great point by Daniel Cormier too. He is not as feared as he once was.
and that's the thing that happens. You lose the mystique at a certain point. Hey, so do you want us to watch it, or are you just gonna tell us what the hell happened in the chat?
Yeah. Or you gonna fucking jump on? I put the link in the chat so we can fucking hear you speak. You bastard. Shout out to everybody on Facebook still.
Shout out to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, shout out to
Austin
Stone Cold
3
Steve
still.
Austin.
If you're looking for brand placement, we got you right here, buddy. The 316 IPA, the classic and original Broken Skull IPA, and of course, what is a boxing fight night without a good old VMC?
Exactamundo.
These are not paid ads yet.
Yet. We'll get there. More stuff to watch as we get into the thick of the season, as we will be. Oh, look at them combinations.
Justin, while you're listening to you bum, Matt, we've got to touch on Mark Davis. Appeared to be wearing a cowboy star on his T-shirt.
I'm gonna look that up. Hold on. You just gave me an
from
idea.
our vantage point.
Now, he was in a white T-shirt similar to mine,
More like mine.
and
With appeared to be
a
Dallas
blue
Cowboy
star.
star.
Yeah.
Is the Max deal back on?
Like I said, that would have been a great way to announce a trade. Just like snub the insider and be like,
Yeah. Just,
Mark
good flying knee there.
Davis.
This, just based off what I'm seeing, it's almost reminiscent of kind of what we saw from Thurman. Was there was just flashes there.
Yeah.
Flashes of the old person that you used to be, but then just kind of how do you say it? What's the word I'm looking for? Just, that then you kind of come back to reality. You come back off the cloud. You have a moment, you're back off the cloud. You have a moment, you're back down. Ebbs and flows here. Nasty elbow.
Yeah, very good elbow. UFC needs mandatory standard rounds. No, we just need that understanding when there's a certain title that you made up for people that do that to do that. That's not what making one thing mandatory for a round is not a mixed martial art anymore. It's like chess boxing.
Yeah, and I agree, because then you kind of take away from what
That's the whole point.
From what, like, some of these fighters, that's their game plan. Like I said, that's why I don't like people who want to punish a boxer for being on the back foot.
Yeah.
That's his game.
Yeah, but like I was more entertained by Shakur's performance over Tio than I was that shit we saw.
Yeah, but that's not the right fight to compare to. You compare that fight to Shakur and De Los Santos. That's what Holloway and
Yeah.
whatever the hell that guy's name was.
Oliveira. And that's what I was saying to Justin too. Is it? These guys need to at least try to finish. Like Oliveira was dominating this man. Couldn't get
And
up.
granted, right, it is like you said though. It's kind of a catch-22 because had that fight just been promoted as any other fight,
What?
had that fight been billed as just any other fight,
Hold on.
it's not an issue.
We can keep talking.
Anyways,
Okay, yeah. Eventually, he just takes Adesanya down. See, like this. Go for the finish at least. Do that.
But back to what I was saying though previously, you know, it, like you mentioned, the fight is billed as a if that fight's just billed as a regular fight, I don't think
Yeah.
it receives the
If
backlash.
that's just the main event, regular main event. Yeah.
And again,
That
the
didn't
fuck
really,
just happened?
that's what I said. They didn't really
Just
show
find a
us.
highlight for it. That's all.
You've been to the top of the mountain.
You know, now granted, like the BMX, I'm that's why a guy like me is watching. You know, I'm not an MMA fan. I'm just just kind of. But when I hear a fight's supposed to be a fucking all-out brawl war, I'm interested. Who don't want to see a couple of bad motherfuckers get after it? You know what I mean? So we're gonna try to get some more of these highlights here. As that's probably it right there.
Nice. Yeah, we come up strong,
Fast
man.
forward it.
Dude.
Mas Paya. Oh yeah, he's taking a beating right here.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Just-
go back just a bit.
Just kind of.
That just looked like a lot of ground and pound.
I know the camera's gone. People were trying to leave, man. You don't worry about what I'm doing. All right.
Bum. Mister, I agree. Oh man, he's just taking shots
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, but it's mixed martial arts. Needs mandatory 2-round stand minimum. Yeah, but you're saying you need a mandatory 2-round stand in a 3 to 5 round fight. That's half the fight. That's not mixed martial arts
Yeah,
at that point.
that almost puts you at a 2-round disadvantage if you're not a great striker.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. What is he doing?
He's got a great idea.
Switch it? Okay.
What is up, Lucas?
Lucas, how are you, man? Any thoughts on the fight?
No, switch it back is what he means. Back to the camera.
No,
The camera.
no, she's saying switch it back for you.
No, look, that's what he's doing. Shout out to our statistician for the night, Aaron.
Round 1, something a Cowboy fan haven't seen in 30 years.
I mean,
From a Broncos fan.
we've been to round 1 several times.
5 round, not 3. But that's still half the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's
that
the
is
problem.
that is what rent free looks like in the world of the NFL.
That's still the problem. If it's a 5 or a 3 round fight, that's half the fucking fight. You want 2 rounds of stand up in. Just watch boxing. That's what we're all doing.
Yeah, I'm not even an MMA fan, and I don't like that. That's another reason you suck, Justin.
Yeah, man. Get a better take, bro. Get a better take. Go buy a take. Go back, listen to what's my man's name? Colin Cowherd. Get you some tips. Talk about Joy Taylor's boobs. Move on with your life.
Yeah, shout out Joy Taylor. But Matt, so the fall of some great fighting legends here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
2 former champions in 2 sports really get brutally beat down here tonight, and you can mark tonight as a signature
Let's check
moment.
the co-main. What are the names of the women that fought in the co-main?
Yeah, I'm not doing that. This is a night of legends. You could loosely term pretty much great champions though. We'll give them their credit. Great champions.
Champions of the sport.
Getting the torch violently taken is what happened tonight.
Yo, what up? Thurman hung in there, but that 1 foot height at disparity was a dusting task compared to moving up 7 pounds. Absolutely, that reach is insane.
Santi,
Yeah.
you are my guy,
Shout out Santiago in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, brother.
but you will soon be put out to pasture as well by this great champion. As we will look to run that back. 2019 Fight of the Year, my guy Santi in the chat. We put on a classic. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't. 2019, just type in Border Wars 6, and you can see what two raw amateurs. I wouldn't even call us amateurs at that point. Just two raw guys can get in there and do. And look, man, hey, those are friends of ours. If you guys have ever thought about stepping in the ring, I know July 4th down in Florida, if you've got your USA boxing book, if you've ever thought about getting in the ring, you need to do it. And our guy, Ness, over at the Boxing Voice, shout out to Ness, can help present that for you, put you on a live stream, put you through a camp like a fighter, make you go through what these guys go through. See, we see a lot of people comment in the chat, this, that, and the third. When you go to Border Wars, you a guy coming off the couch, never been in the ring before, and
Never.
Matt, you've been there. I've been there.
I've been there. Justin hasn't been there.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Santiago. He's been there. We've all been there 4 times a piece, 3 to 4 times a piece, multi-time competitors.
That looks better like that. That's
Um,
cool. I see why Ness does that. That looks cool.
You've got to get in the bout, man. Get in the ring, swing. Like I said, my guy Santiago can tell you, Matt can tell you, there's just something different about actually getting in there, competing, testing your mettle against, a guy who's on your level that wants to whip your ass.
Absolutely. It's a great experience at the end of the day, no less. Get yourself in shape. Get yourself the fight feel, because then that bug will stay. You'll want to do more of it.
Yeah, so if you've ever thought about fighting, if you think you got the right to criticize any of these guys, get into the ring, swing. Like I said, reach out to me, reach out to Matt, or just go over to the Boxing Voice. Get with our guy Ness. Catch out of shape.
Get with Ness. Get to the door. Don't be a guy like our co-host
Don't be-
here, like my co-host who joins me every Monday or not every fucking Monday because he's been slacking, but most Mondays here on Talking About Radio,
Yeah.
talking about sports here, youtube.com/
Get-
Talking About Radio.
And I need somebody to clip this. Don't be this fucking guy. You're looking at, see right down there? Don't be this guy. Don't be a guy that talks shit off the couch, that tries to shit on fighters.
Let's see.
Okay?
Keep going. Keep going.
Get
keep
your
going.
balls out and get in the ring and swing. Okay? Get in there. Be like this guy.
Shout out to Santiago. I know Supermax and I will be aiming to add another barn burner to the year. Hopefully this summer, I'm your Huckleberry accepting a fight like a man that we know.
Now,
he
we're
is.
going to have to talk September, Santi, because July 4th just doesn't work for me, most likely. But I've heard rumblings that September's going down in Phoenix. I know that's an easier trip for you. But be like this guy. Even though he's my next victim, he's taking the fight like a man. We're going to run that rematch back. Don't be like Justin. Be like Santi. Another 4-fight veteran.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, if you want to test your mettle, get with us. Get with our guy at the Boxing Voice, and just try it, man.
And speaking of getting with us, don't worry. Like we said, the comments are here. We are here to read them, here to take part of the show, here to talk to you guys, like we said, as we will soon have the open forum storytelling as we did with our friends over at Infighting FX. A couple nights that we did them after Monday Night Raw, which is a good time to do them. Those late night vibes are the best vibes for a story, aren't they?
And I think we're going to be back next Saturday to watch Derek Chisora.
Ooh, that is next Saturday.
Derek Chisora single-handedly is going to end 2 careers. He's going to retire, and he will forcefully retire one Deontay Wilder. And Emiliano, close us out, baby.
Any thoughts?
Tell the fans what they want to know.
Any thoughts, baby? No?
No, he's talking. He's talking. All right.
Hell yeah.
And that's closing comments from Baby Emiliano. So this is going to be it for us over here.
Jelly Roll's RKO is the best thing. It was kind of a thing.
Yeah, of course you cheer for Jelly Rolls.
It was a thing, but like
Fucking
you said,
hick.
that is the show, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have my soundboard with me today, so we'll do a quick baby round of applause as you joined us here watching Sebastian Fundora successfully defend his 154-pound WBC title against Keith Thurman in a 6-round stoppage that I completely agreed with. We will be live again, like we said, for Wilder and Chisora. We have a show coming to you Monday, 2 p.m. Central Time, and then we'll be locked in with our friends over at Infighting FX for Monday Night Raw. Joseph, where can they find you here on social media?
I've retired the Super Next moniker, so I need to relearn that IG name. But let me double check it right quick. In the meantime, fuck Bret Hart. Always got to get that in there. But you can find me at Joseph _Rodriguez Garces 56 on Instagram. Follow your boy as at some point this year we will be making a return to Border Wars. Could be the last, fellas.
Oh,
So
that
if
being
you-
said, Santiago, the door is open here on this program, brother. If you want to come on here and speak your thoughts, build up that fight.
Oh yeah, man. Santiago has good boxing takes
Yes,
too. He's got a
absolutely.
good boxing
I'm
knowledge.
just saying the door's open here over at Talking About Radio.
But yeah, but no, yeah, fuck Bret Hart. Joseph _ Rodriguez Garces 56 on Instagram. And like I said, we got for sure one Border Wars left in us. I am getting old. I am not a boxer. Okay. These chubby weights that fought this past weekend, although bust them up. If you somehow watch this or anybody from TV watch this, bust them up. I like that fight as well.
Yep.
That'd be the
Good
closest
fight.
thing to an
Great
Eddie
fight.
rematch I can get. So I'm all for that fight as well. Al in the Bay, Jerron Wolf will kick your ass. You're my guy though, Al. I fucks with you. Jerron Wolf beats you. I need Jerron to get a win.
Shout out John Wolf.
Shout out
everybody
Jerron.
in
Shout
the
out
Border Wars
everybody.
community. Shout out everybody that's in this community talking about radio with Matt Garces. I am your main host here on this channel. That has been the show, everybody. Have a great night.